Hi there, it's Lori, and it's Sunday. Well, you're seeing this on Sunday. I believe I'm going to start doing shorter videos on Sundays, and possibly Sunday morning videos will just be previews of what you're going to see during my live. I don't know. But this Sunday is just a story. It's just about what I did today, Saturday, May 30th, exactly 1 month before my 10-year wedding anniversary. But it was our anniversary gift to ourselves because it was not inexpensive. It was, to quote my husband, the most expensive lunch he's ever eaten, because it was a matinee show. Sorry about the lovely sounds my chair was just making. Good times. Anyway, for those of you who do not know about Fawlty Towers, now the TV show, the British show, it doesn't have all that many episodes. I've heard you can watch it on YouTube. So if I can find a couple episodes, I'll link them. John Cleese is the lead actor, and basically Fawlty, Fawlty Towers, is a hotel, I guess you'd call it that he and his wife are running, and it is being run poorly, I guess is a good way to describe it. And so what we saw today was spelled differently, probably copyright reasons, Fawlty, Fawlty Towers, and it is touring. And it was basically, you had this 4-course meal, but it was like you were having the meal in Fawlty Towers. And so you had the 3 main characters, Basil, which is John Cleese's character. His wife, oh my gosh, I forgot her name. It starts with an S, the character's name. And then I forgot the other character. Oh my gosh. The one that doesn't speak all the English very well. And he's in England. This is all set in England. And you can actually go to the place where the front of where they filmed for Fawlty Towers, the actual buildings. So you can go check it out. The show is hilarious. These actors were so good today. The person playing Basil, which was again the John Cleese character, did such an amazing job of being Basil, the character, the way that John Cleese was. Like his mannerisms and his attitude, and he even had the voice down, which that was what was most impressive to me. It's like I was hearing him. I mean, he didn't he wasn't he didn't look just like him, but just his body type and the way he made his body move and the way he spoke and his interactions. And so it was a chaotic meal, and that's what was fun about it, because it was just like Fawlty Towers and trying to eat in that restaurant. Why can I not think of the head waiter's name? Oh my gosh, that character. He actually looked like the character too. Perfect impression. And some of it I couldn't tell if it was ad-libbed and they rolled with it, or if things were done on purpose. Like there was someone at our table who did not get his soup. And Mrs. Fawlty, that was their last name, Mrs. Fawlty came out. I want to say her name was Sylvia, but I'm not sure that's right. The character came out and was checking on everybody and was asking, did you get your soup? So I'm thinking it had to some degree be scripted. Well, everybody got their soup, but him in the whole audience. And there were about 20 tables of 8 people at each table, but every table had extra place settings, like extra forks and knives and stuff. And we were all a little bit suspicious about that, and we later saw why that was the case. But anyway, everybody else got tomato soup except me and the guy next to me. We got this, which I preferred the soup I got. It was a bean and vegetable soup. It was very nice. And then the guy straight across from me didn't get soup at all. So this becomes a big deal. And then Mrs. Fawlty goes over and she's like, excuse me, everyone. Did anyone else not get their soup? And nobody else, just this one guy. And so they bring him a soup. And then about 10 minutes later, maybe less, maybe 5 minutes, somewhere in there, someone tries to bring him another soup. So I don't know if that was miscommunication or that was supposed to happen. And so he declined the second soup. But anyway, then that came up later at the end. And there was all kinds of plays on words, like rolls, and the guy that didn't speak English very well, he was rolling on a plate instead of serving. Well, when he was told to serve the roll, he was hitting it with one of the extra forks, right? Like he was serving a tennis ball. If you've seen the show, none of this is, I'm not spoiling anything. This is just the experience. And all of that seems scripted. I'm pretty sure that one person not getting their soup was scripted, but I'm not 100% sure. So it was just a fun experience. And then he was serving the rolls by throwing them at people. So you had to catch your roll. And I caught my roll. We were okay. And I didn't break my finger like when I tried to catch a football. It was just a roll. So I don't know how to translate that for somebody who doesn't know what a roll is. A dinner roll. Not like rolling. Which can mean a whole lot of different things these days. Anyway. But I will give them props as well. At the a couple times they were throwing in local humor. Like humor that was specific to the Denver metro area. Like you make a reference to Colfax. Now that's a street named after a very wealthy person. I can't remember what Colfax did. Hold on. I'm going to look it up. Okay, here's the quick summary. It was named after Schuyler, Schuyler, Colfax, a prominent Indiana congressman and Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. The street was originally called Golden Road because the territorial capital of the state of Colorado was the city of Golden, and was renamed in 1968 to honor Schuyler Colfax, who had visited in 1865. The name change was part of a strategic effort to gain his support for Colorado's statehood, which was achieved in 1876, making Colorado 100 years younger than the United States of America. So Colorado will turn 150 this year. I don't remember what date this year, but this year. Obviously, the United States is celebrated as the 4th of July, and it's going to be the 250th, but that's a whole different thing. But anyway, so it's named after that. Well, all of that history lesson to say Colfax, part of Colfax, has a reputation for being the questionable part of town, even though some of the most important parts of the city of Denver are on Colfax. When you get just past kind of the city center part, that's where the sketchy part is. Or at least it used to be. Everything's gentrified now. You all know. Well, maybe don't know. But it is. Things are very different now than they used to be. But it's local. Like, you talk about Colfax, everybody knows what you're implying. East Colfax is what they're actually talking about versus West Colfax. It doesn't matter. But anyway, at the end of the show, when Basil is losing his mind and just so upset with everyone, and because that's Basil's character, he's talking about Mile High City. I know what kind of high you're talking about. And it was just, I mean, there was all kinds of like little local humor in there like that. It was fantastic. So it was great. If it's coming to your city and you have the money, it is, again, it's not a cheap thing. And everybody at our table was a very mixed group of people. There was a lady and her dad, and they had traveled all over the place. And then the guy next to me was actually from England, but he still had his accent. I'm like, why didn't my husband keep his accent? I would have loved it. Anyway, it's all right. I'll forgive him. He was from somewhere, he said, on the south coast of England. My husband's from Northern Ireland, so he was on the other island, at the other end of the island. But so the accents are very, very different. And then his wife is from Switzerland originally, which is like, how the heck did you end up in Colorado? But anyway, so they were interesting, both well-traveled. The couple next to them, she was originally from Canada, but lived in England and in a couple places in Europe, and also very well-traveled. Her husband was from Ohio. So kind of like Colorado's like more center. Ohio would be more center in terms of total population, if you can kind of picture that, because where it is in relation to the Mississippi, we're physically kind of in the center. I don't have my U.S. map right over here, but anyway. I said this was going to be a short, and it's not very short. I didn't say a short, sorry. I'm just going on and on. But anyway, but check out the TV show. It's hilarious. And then watching that, you'll get a feel for what our experience was like. Imagine that you're sitting in the eating dinner there at Faulty Towers. And that's what they tried to emulate. And it was fantastic. The food was decent. It was actually in a hotel. That's where it was held. It was not in a theater. So that was fun too. But another thing I'll mention, we took the light rail, which is public transportation, but it's like kind of like a trolley, but it's not on very many roads. It's mostly near roads, like, so it's not dealing with traffic very much. But anyway, we took the light rail. We have to drive to the light rail station, but we're at the very end of the line south on the particular light rail track that we're near. And we're walking up and I see a bunch of people in costumes. And I'm like, must be Comic-Con today. Really glad we're taking light rail. And it was. And it's not called Comic-Con here because that's trademark. That's, I believe, in San Diego is the official Comic-Con. It's called in Denver Fan Expo. And my friend that I've talked about that creates video games, and his company's name is Serenity Forge. They usually are at, I don't know if he goes anymore because I think he's too busy. He probably has a booth though at Fan Expo every year because his independent video games are very successful. So I've been to one and it was a blast and I loved it. I did not dress up. Sorry to disappoint everybody. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, so it was fun and it was great taking the light rail because everybody talked about how hard it was to find parking. They actually delayed the start of the play for about a half an hour because of the parking issues. And so they were respecting the fact that people were not able to park because the hotel we were in literally right across the street from where the Fan Expo was. And so, yeah, but it was fantastic. If Faulty, Faulty Towers is coming to your city and you can afford it, because I'm not going to pretend it was cheap, do it. It was a blast. I still have my little card. We didn't have the top of the line VIP. Those people were picked on more, by the way, the ones with the gold instead of the blue. So it was only like $10 more and you got preferential seating or better seating. Most people were this level. I think you got 2 drinks, and with the lowest level, you didn't get any drinks. And we figured the price difference was like, I obviously can't have any drinks. So my husband got to have 2, which is nice for him. And he wasn't driving, so it didn't matter. Anyway, again, I said this was going to be short. I apologize. I might speed it up for you because it should be shorter than usual. But, you know, when I get going, I just talk. Tomorrow, you will see Yarn Management. You will see what I'm doing. And Renee Unraveled emailed me yet another solution that I'm going to investigate because I haven't done anything to treat our clothing or anything like that. So what she sent might be my solution for treating the area on a regular basis. It has to do with these. It sounds terrible. It sounds absolutely terrible. It's called a parasitic moth. But they literally, all they do is eat the eggs of clothing moths. So I just have to make sure they also do the same for carpet moths. I have to make sure. So, but anyway, I might look into that. Sounds like a very affordable, effective way of dealing with that without having to worry about all the heat treating and all that stuff that I've been doing. But I'm still heat treating. I'm going to weigh. I need to weigh these bags that you're going to see on Monday. I've made progress on my Stitcherhood. That's what you're going to see tonight because I need to do some crochet before I start knitting. I might do knitting every other week because I need to have my Stitcherhood blanket done probably by the 20th of June at the latest. I am almost done with the 3rd square of the 2nd row. And when I'm just doing one type of yarn, I go really fast. So once I finish this row, and then I have to figure out how many inches of connection I need between and how I'm going to color coordinate all of that. But I'm not too worried about that part. I feel pretty confident that I'll be able to do what I need to do there. But anyway, holy mackerel, I can talk forever. All right. Thanks for coming in. Can I get an amen? Hugs to you all. Hugs from me, my potato head. Whatever kind of hug you need, including a hug from a distance. And remember, you matter. And kindness matters. Thanks, Sally Stevens. And thanks, Jennifer Redgate, Renee Unraveled, and Armchair Chef Lori. I feel like there was another one. And then Long Cool Woman and Michelle Place Hookie gave me some additional information. I might do a video again just on I already forgot how to pronounce it. But it has to be food grade. And there are some considerations you have to use if you're going to put it on plants. I pinned Michelle Place Hookie's comment. Please read her secondary comment in there, okay? All right. Thanks for coming in. Bye.